I just wanted to do a quick video about this war game that I had the opportunity to play. Someone introduced me to it. It's from 2012, I believe. And it's from, who is it here? From criticalmassgames.com. I got this on Drive-Thru RPG and then printed out the PDF. Put it into a binder. Actually, my friend did this for me, which was very kind of him. Anyway, we played this game quite a few times. The thing about it that I really enjoyed was the rules are quite simple. It looks daunting, and it is. If you had to learn the rules for building vehicles and building units and stuff, I don't think I would be doing a review for this. But there's a trick to this game, which I'll show you. But it's a 15mm game, just uses two 6-sided dice. And I'm sure most of you are familiar with 15mm, but just in case, I painted up some units here that I got off of eBay. And the whole point of 15mm, what's nice about the 15 is that you can have very large terrain set up in a small area. Because when you have the 30mm, you know, on the great big large vehicles and everything, you need huge tables and so forth. But this really you don't need nearly as much room to set up a nice big war table. Plus the 15mm figures I found are quite a bit easier to paint. So what I did is I just got a whole bunch off of eBay. These came from Russia, I believe, actually. But anyway, it's got all kinds of different figures. There's a flamethrower guy or whatever. It's this game, they have factions, they have a history and all that, but you can choose to ignore it if you want, which is what I did. And so, you know, for a budget gamer, this is great. If you like Warhammer, you know, then obviously maybe this game isn't for you, or maybe it is. I mean, you could try it. I personally think the rules are better. And it's great for a budget. For example, what I used in the game was just dollar store tanks. These are really cheap plastic, made in China. This one I just gave it a spray. I didn't actually get into painting it yet, but this is what I used on the battlefield. You know, so with the minis. HO scale, or basically what are these? 1 to 64, I believe, or what die-cast cars are. But anyway, the military models fit perfectly. I mean, these are believable. A little bit large, maybe, but, you know, who cares? So, anyway, that's what I was using to play the game. And I liked it, because, you know, it's quick and easy, saves you a lot of money. So, this game has a program that comes with it, and this is the trick of the game, wherein you don't actually have to, you have to keep track of your points, but you don't have to keep track of how you spend the points, and you generate and create your own little cards. So as you can see with my cards, I actually took pictures of my 15mm minis, and I put them into the actual cards that you make yourself. So when you design a group of soldiers in this game, what are they called, a platoon, I think, something like that. When you create them, you actually can make your own little card, and it says how many points these guys are worth. Now, I created crazy powerful guys. They're not usually quite this crazy, but I had a lot of points to work with. And this is what I chose. So I've played quite a few games using these guys. And then my friend made sort of more smaller, like less tough guys, so that he could overwhelm me and I could fight back with these guys. The tanks, I didn't do my own pictures. I just grabbed pictures off of wherever for that, because I hadn't had them painted yet, so there was no point. So I have my different kind of guys. So that's where this game really got my attention, as I just love not having to worry about the rules like that. So I'll just go over the stats here really quick. Your shoot is what you add to a 2d6 die roll. You want your you add that to your roll. You know, so in other words, my shoot would be +7, which is like exceedingly high. Your guard is basically like your armor class. So you add your shoot, and you have to roll over, or you have to roll equal to or over your opponent's guard. So, that's how that works. And so the way that the soak works here is that when you roll damage, again, you roll 2 6-sided dice, and whatever weapon you're using, you add in the damage modifier. So you don't actually roll for damage a different die or different dice for damage, but you roll a thing and then it's got to modify the damage, and you have to roll over the soak in order to cause damage. That's the very basics of the game. And then the rest of it is, I already explained all this. So the rest of it is just different minor rules for, you know, how to move your soldiers around and stuff. It's actually really simple. But as all war games, they always look really complicated. But I don't think these are. I had no problem learning them right away. Creating the units themselves, and yes, you have monsters. You actually have a monster builder. That's a unit builder. You can build all the different vehicles and stuff that you want. So you can do it by hand if you want, but you can also use the program. And I love that. I really, really like that program for creating the cards. It just made making the game, it just made it so much easier for me to just jump in and start playing. And I love that, without having to learn all the fussy little details and everything about how to build the units and whatever. Yeah, so anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick review of this game because I really enjoyed it. It's not an RPG game. It's just a battlefield, you know, get out the table and your minis and set up some terrain and have a big war. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It's on Drive-Thru RPG. That's where I got this one. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.